Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's second topic, the NFLPA and the NFL are getting into some serious legal complications. Look, guys, I'm a Baltimore Raven fan and a Lamar Jackson fan. Lamar Jackson, since coming into the league, has absolutely been crapped on by every media outlet that has a mic. And one of the biggest things that was talked about is his lack thereof of hiring an agent. And during the time when he was negotiating his own contract, not a contract extension, a full brand new contract, they were arguing about guaranteed contracts between the NFL and players because Deshaun Watson was given a fully guaranteed contract by the Cleveland Browns. So, fast forward, the commissioner tells the owners they got to suppress what the players are making, and no matter what, nobody gets another guaranteed contract. And now we're here. And it's almost like God did this because if you don't know, if you're just living under a rock, the brother duo named Clips, came out yesterday, brand spanking new album, and it's called Let God Sort 'Em Out. And that is literally what Lamar Jackson has been doing, dealing with this foolishness. You haven't heard him speak on anything. Today, he was at his fun day with LJ. Go to Ink Raven. He got pictures and everything. I wish I could have been there. Personal reason, guys, I couldn't be there. But hopefully next year, all those personal reasons will be wrapped up, and then I could be there. No problem. But he has stayed so mute on this subject. The only thing anybody asks Lamar, what you doing? He's either defending his teammates or saying, we're trying to get a Super Bowl, that's it. That's it. He became the embodiment of what these brothers came out with their album, Let God Sort 'Em Out. And what has happened is that Lamar, being God-fearing, has said, no, I'm not going to speak on it. Let God deal with it. And God has dealt with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read to you, guys, exactly what's been going on in the world of the NFLPA and such, because, mind you, the NFLPA tried to play the players. They were trying to sign a confidentiality agreement that they wouldn't even talk about what they did behind closed doors that shortchanged the players. And now one of the people inside of the NFLPA catching wind of what happened is trying to bring it up on litigation. Let me read it to you guys verbatim because I don't want to miss anything. Pro Football Talk covered it, and I know that what's his name's been heavy on it, but even Ari Meirov covered it also. ESPN also covering the story. I got it right here. It says, the NFL and senior leaders of the NFL Players Association struck an unusual confidentiality agreement that hid the details of an arbitration decision from players, including a finding that league executives had urged team owners to reduce guaranteed player compensation, multiple sources told ESPN. On January 14th, arbitrator Christopher Drowney ruled there wasn't sufficient evidence of collusion by owners in contract negotiations with quarterbacks after the record fully guaranteed contract signed by Deshaun Watson in 2022. Any such collusion to keep salaries down would violate the collective bargaining agreement between the NFL and the union. Meaning, if this thing came out that it was true, they would have to scrap. It would void the collective bargaining agreement. That would force them right back to the table immediately. Okay. But Drowney concluded that the NFLPA showed by a clear preponderance of evidence that Commissioner Robert Goodell and the league's General Counsel Jeff Pash had urged owners to restrict guaranteed money in player contracts. The confidentiality agreement had kept details of the 61-page ruling a secret until 2 weeks ago when the Pablo Torre Find Out podcast published the document and created a stir among union members. Some players told ESPN that they were surprised by the details in the ruling and they didn't understand why the union didn't share the ruling with them. On Tuesday night, nearly 6 months after Drowney's decision, the NFLPA, led by Executive Director Lloyd Howell Jr., decided to seek an appeal of the ruling, a senior union source told ESPN. Quote, "The appeal is a reflection of our obligation to enforce the CBA and our commitment to protecting our players' interests. The source says we'll do what's best for our players and we'll exhaust our options in doing so." End quote. The arbitration also centered on discussions among league executives and owners after the Cleveland Browns signed Watson to a record $230 million 5-year guaranteed contract on March 18, 2022, and whether the talks affected negotiation with Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson. None of the three signed guaranteed deals. Drowney included text exchanges and emails among league executives and owners in the ruling, saying that concerted action was contemplated and invited at the March 2022 owners meeting. Guys, and this is what I try to tell people. It's so jacked up, right? Now, there's so many ways they could have did this. There's so many ways they could have got this done. But they wanted to do it we're the owners, we're the most important, and we don't want to do that, so we're not going to do that. And now you're reaping what you are sowing. And this is a big deal because I want you to understand something. Lamar Jackson had got a crazy deal, right? Big deal. Congratulations. Hallelujah for him getting it. You feel what I'm trying to say? But if they come to a conclusion that he was wrongfully stopped from earning more money, he'll be able to sue and win quite easily. And that paycheck alone would be around the money he's getting paid now. That would also be the same thing for Russell Wilson and others. Listen, guys, I'm real about stuff. I really am. I get some people don't like players getting what they're worth, but the billionaires of this league are making hand over fist money. And these players are putting their bodies on the line to earn as much money as they possible to garner not only significant personal wealth, but to be able to start significant wealth for family members. And that's a hard one. You're the first person to do it. So many people look to you for guidance, for help, for resources. So I'm all for it. I hope they get every dollar, because that's bad business. You can't make an agreement, then behind closed doors, go against the agreement, then be mad that we're mad that you went against the agreement. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Ridiculous. And just like I said, Lamar stayed quiet. He didn't say nothing. He just said, let God sort him out. And God, even though he might not be when you want to, he's always on time. But what do you guys think? Do you think that this is going away? Do you think it might hit a fever pitch during the year and could cause a lockout? Because that's the big word that no one wants to talk about. Could that cause a lockout? Let me know what you think down in the comment section, please. All right? And shout out to Pusha T and his brother Malice, No Malice, for coming out with their album, Let God Sort Them Out. So far, everything about it I've liked. Hopefully they have a big, you know what I'm saying, big selling of this album. You know what I'm saying? For our hip-hop enthusiasts, that's for you. But that's an episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. And now we get down, we have fun, and we laugh. But everything we talk about, we do what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, guys. Leave a comment in all of the comments. If you haven't already done so already, check out The Wunderkind Morning Show, live Monday through Thursdays, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m., where we touch on all hot topics of sports, and we break down a little bit of nostalgia trivia to put a smile on your face from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, guys. Be there, be squared. Also, if you want to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and stuff like that, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is money sign, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. But that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show is not just signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp.
Finish him, Daddy.